When you were driving your cab, did you ever want to pull into a Cracker Barrel?
Oh, come on, Hammer.
So there's Jennifer Welch is a Bravo star, and she took a shot at MAGA World and Trump and all those deplorables, okay? Eating cheese at a Cracker Barrel.
Here we go.
I've had it with white people that triple trumped, that have the nerve and the audacity to walk into a Mexican restaurant, a Chinese restaurant, an Indian restaurant, go to perhaps their gay hairdresser. I don't think you should be able to enjoy anything but Cracker Barrel. Get your fat asses over to Cracker Barrel.
There's a lot in there. Ohio has Cracker Barrels. We actually look forward to eating
They're the
them.
best.
You know, the cheese in the middle of the table.
Oh, God.
Delectable.
How about the peg game? Just the peg game alone.
The peg game itself was
Cracker Barrel
another
is a
winner.
national treasure. Yeah. And you know who knows that? Every ethnic group in this country. It is not a predominant white restaurant. It's black people, it's Latino people, Asian people, it's Muslim people. Everybody likes Cracker Barrel. Who doesn't want chicken and dumplings on the side of a highway? Okay, it's like, it's spiritual nourishment. And when she goes out and makes this other argument that like, oh, MAGA voters shouldn't be anywhere near Mexican or Chinese restaurants. First of all, yes, wardrobe wants me to stay out of Mexican and Chinese restaurants. I concede that, but it's not because of my politics. It's so lazy to make the assumption that only white people voted MAGA.
The horror movie. Yes. So this is such an offensive straw man, and it just goes to show you that the loudest people in Hollywood are also the dumbest.
I think it's funny that she's making fun of conservatives for not being attractive.
so much in there.
Excuse me, ma'am.
I couldn't hear you over the Botox
You're
injection.
needed in hair and makeup.
Can you speak up?
Thank you, Canada.
Boy. So we got to talk about this unhinged rant from lunatic feminist actress and podcaster Jennifer Welch, okay? And one of the reasons why I want to talk about this and why I find this topic to be fascinating is because the left, they're looking for their own Joe Rogan, right? They see Joe Rogan as somebody that has abandoned the left, which I'm not even sure if that's necessarily true at this point, right? I think that Joe Rogan basically represents the independent voter, okay? But regardless, leftists have been looking for their own kind of Joe Rogan, right? And maybe, just maybe, this woman is what they're looking for, okay? I would not be surprised for leftists and Democrats to rally around this type of rhetoric, because ultimately, at the end of the day, that is what a lot of these left-wing lunatics want to hear, right? They want to hear somebody that's going to come out and say the meanest things possible about Trump supporters, right? That's what they want to hear. And they think that somehow, some way, that's how they're going to get votes, right? They're going to get votes by trashing Trump supporters in the same way that this woman trashed Trump supporters. But I want to react to what this woman is saying, because, again, leftists are cheering this on. And I think that this is great that leftists are cheering this on, because if this is what they're going to be campaigning on, and this is what they think is going to help them win, then, hey, be my guest. I don't think this is going to help them win, because this woman is essentially going to demand that white Trump supporters in particular be boycotted or boycott, because it kind of sounds like she's arguing for minority-owned businesses to boycott Trump supporters and for Trump supporters to not shop or to do business with minorities, right? It seems like she's kind of arguing for both here. So regardless, she's essentially arguing for Trump supporters to be boycotted from minority-owned businesses.
I've had it with white people that triple trumped, that have the nerve and the audacity to walk into a Mexican restaurant, a Chinese restaurant, an Indian restaurant, go to perhaps their gay hairdresser. I don't think you should be able to enjoy anything but Cracker Barrel. And if you want to triple Trump, and you want to browbeat DEI, and you want to browbeat gay people, and you want to browbeat black people, as you've been doing for 400 years, and you want to browbeat this generation of immigrants that come over here and open up businesses earnestly, pay their taxes, you want to demonize them and call them rapists and felons and all this shit, when the felon is the teeny weeny mushroom piece of shit, Kankle's McTaco at the top of the ticket. I have fucking had it from top to bottom. White people that triple Trump should be banned boycotted from enjoying the best thing that America has to offer, which is multiculturalism. Get your fat asses out of the Mexican restaurant. Get your fat asses over to Cracker Barrel, because nobody wants to see your fucking smug ass, teeny weeny, pink arm, big gut around. Nobody wants to see that shit. No one.
Wow. Incredible. Apparently the best thing that America has to offer is multiculturalism, right? Again, that's according to this leftist, right? This is how they think. But I got a question. As a black person that voted for Trump, okay, should I be boycotted as well too, right? Am I not allowed to eat in a Mexican restaurant or a Chinese restaurant or, any type of minority-owned businesses? Am I supposed to not do business with them and they're not supposed to do business with me, right? Is that how it works, right, as a black person too? Or does this just apply to white people, right? I'm just checking, right? Is the white liberal trying to tell me who I should and should not do business with, right? You ain't even got to worry about me getting my hair cut by a gay dude, right? I'm already with you on that one, right? I'm already with you. You ain't got to worry about that. But I'm just saying, hey, how does it work for black people that voted for Trump, right? Or non-white people that voted for Trump, right? Are we not supposed to be allowed in these businesses as well, right? Are we supposed to not do business with them? They're not supposed to do business with us, right? Is this what these people want? And one more thing, isn't it funny how these feminists come out here and they body shame men, right? You saw what she said talking about Trump supporters and genitalia, right? Which I'm cool with, right? If she wants to say those types of things about men, right, I'm fine with it, right? I'm not hurt. I'm not triggered. I'm just saying, don't start boohooing and crying when you get that same energy, right? When I come out here and I start talking about them dust walls, right? I start talking about them nipples looking at the ground. Gravity holding them down. them old dried up powdered milk sacks, right? If I start talking about how the gravity is doing some work on them, right? When I start getting into them wrinkles, when I start getting into, talking about, again, how some of these liberal women look, don't get mad. Don't cry foul. I don't want to hear nothing about no sexism. No, you can't say this about a woman. You can't comment on her body. No. I don't want to hear nothing about it. Because if you want to go there, we can go there. I got all the smoke. I got all the smoke for these women that want to normalize body shaming people's genitalia and stuff like that. If that's what y'all want to do, if y'all want to go down that route, let's get it, right? Let's get it. I'm 100% about it, right? But again, my point is that leftists, for whatever reason, they believe that this is what they should be doing, right? This is how they should be trying to win over people who voted for Trump, right? By saying stuff like this. This is what leftists are celebrating.
Buddy wants to see your fucking smug ass, teeny weeny, pink arm, big gut around. Nobody wants to see that shit. No one.
So the argument she's making is, wait, let's keep it real here for a second. You all want a fucking ethnostate. That's what you voted for. You voted for mass deportations, right? You're going full fucking fascist. You like the concentration camps. You like alligator Auschwitz. You like the gulag in fucking El Salvador, the mega prison CCOT. You like sending immigrants to Guantanamo Bay. You like no due process, no habeas corpus, no hearings, ruining people's lives. Again, mass deportation. That's what you like. In your heart of hearts, you want an ethnostate. When Trump said, why do they always come here from the shithole countries? It's always the shithole countries. You sat there and you clapped like a fucking seal. Whoa, yeah, the shithole countries. Kick them out. Kick them out. Okay, bitch, live your values. If you want a white ethnostate, live like it's a white ethnostate. I don't want you having no fucking Hispanic nanny. I don't want you having no Hispanic cleaning lady. I don't want you fucking having somebody come and cut your grass who's an immigrant or an undocumented immigrant. You got to handle all that shit on your own, dog. Go hire some non-Hispanic person to do that stuff if you're going to have anybody do that stuff. Oh, what's that? You want to go to get Chinese food, but you want a white ethnostate. Maybe that's not the place for you. You want authentic Mexican food? Well, too bad. You wanted to kick out all the people who made the fucking authentic Mexican food. If you want an ethnostate, live in your ethnostate, bitch. Live in your ethnostate. Go have haggis for dinner. Try that. Tell me how you like that. This is the reality. What she's saying is, if these are what you say your values are and your principles are, okay, live that. Go live that. Go live in a fucking, go to fucking Idaho or Iowa or wherever the fuck it was where they had that whites only town that they're trying to create. Go live there. Let me know how it works out for you. Right? These are the values you want? Okay, go do that. But you shouldn't be able to fucking enjoy the Chinese food. You shouldn't be allowed to enjoy the Mexican food. You shouldn't be allowed to go to your gay hairdresser and get your shit cut just right. No, she's right. She's right. This is exactly right. And they're fucking whining and crying and bitching and moaning because they know it's true. They know it's true. They know this is the country that they want. She's saying, okay, go live in the country that you want. And now she, oh, how dare you? I'm offended. Nobody cares. Nobody cares that you're offended. Be fucking offended all day long. We don't care. In fact, we enjoy it. We want to offend you more.
Yeah, so you seen that, you heard that. Again, leftists are celebrating this type of stuff because this is what they like to see, right? They like to see somebody who can come out and to make fun of Trump supporters, right, in the meanest way possible, okay? And they think that this is what's going to help them win, right? And I'm here to tell these people, no, right? You're not going to win over any sane person with this type of stuff because first and foremost, supporting mass deportations does not mean that you want an ethnostate, right? I'm not sure how you make the leap to an ethnostate, an all-white ethnostate, if you support mass deportations, if you support getting illegal immigration under control. I don't think I've heard anybody come out here and to openly advocate for an all-white ethnostate, right? We're gonna get rid of all the Mexicans, okay? We're gonna get rid of all the Latinos, all the blacks, all the Asians, everybody that's not white. We want them out of the country. I haven't heard that. Now, I'm not saying there are not some people who may believe that, but I think it's a very small minority. I think one thing that the white man does not get credit for is how tolerant that they tend to be when it comes to tolerating other cultures, right? Nobody tolerates multiculturalism like the white man, right? Because I guarantee you, there are not many other countries on earth outside of, predominantly white nations that allow foreigners to come into their countries and to live on an equal playing field, right? I'm just saying that is very specific to white countries, right? So, it's just so funny to me how you have these white liberals that are basically demanding that white Trump supporters boycott minority businesses, right? As if that would be a good thing. And that's how you know these people are really stupid and they're being guided not by reason or any type of logic or anything like that. No. They're being guided by their blind anger and hate for Trump supporters because essentially what this woman is advocating for, what Kyle Kalinske is advocating for, would result in minority businesses being devastated, right? That's what would happen. If white people stop supporting minority businesses, they would go broke. A lot of them wouldn't be able to survive, right? They would lose their business overnight, right? That's what would happen. So if this is what you really want, right? If this is what y'all really want to do, all right, let's try it out, right? If that's what you're advocating for, if you're telling white Trump supporters or Trump supporters in general that they shouldn't support minority businesses, yeah, let's see how that works out. I don't think that's going to work out well for minority businesses. A lot of these minority businesses thrive based off the fact that you do have white people that support them because white people are a majority of the population, right? Which means that there's a large market, okay? And that, again, is how a lot of these minority businesses are successful in the first place is because you have white people that enjoy Mexican food or that enjoy Chinese food or that enjoy, Caribbean, soul food, whatever, right? Like, I don't think the move here is to call for boycotts against minority businesses. I don't think that's the move. That doesn't sound too smart to me. It sounds like you're trying to bankrupt them, right? But again, that's how these white liberals think. That's how they think, okay? Well, just don't eat at a Mexican restaurant, fat ass. Take your fat ass to Cracker Barrel. All right, cool. I'm not gonna eat at a Mexican restaurant, right? Good luck to Jose trying to run that business, right? The white liberal woman said, don't eat at your taco joint, right? Don't blame me, right? The white liberal woman said, don't eat there, okay? Here's the thing: if white MAGA Trump supporters actually boycotted minority businesses, right? They said, all right, cool, bet we're gonna boycott minority businesses. These people will be boohoo, whining, crying racism. They will be losing their minds. That's the most hilarious thing about this rant. If white Trump supporters actually did what this woman is advocating for, They would be losing it. They would be losing it. So, you know, these people, man, it's just so funny. The desperation, the emotion, the anger, the hate. I don't understand how these people live with themselves. And this is why I'm not surprised at all when you look at these surveys, these polls about general happiness and mental well-being in this country. Liberals are not doing well, right? They're not doing well at all. Maybe we need to invest in some mental health in this country, right? Ladies, liberals, these progressives, these lunatics on some couches, okay? Figure out what's going on, okay? Because Trump derangement, I mean, these people are just not thinking straight. They're cognitively impaired. You have to be a cognitively impaired person to believe that this is a good take, right? Yeah, you white Trump supporters should boycott minority businesses. Yeah, great take. You got them, right? Anyways, let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black Assertive perspective. Peace.